Hello everyone.
Hello.
It's October 1st, which means it's officially Halloween. She texted, we were actually supposed to do this yesterday, but plans got rearranged. But she showed me her outfit that she was wearing, that she was going to wear, and yes. And I decided that I would wear just a black shirt to kind of, you know, Halloween contrast it. Also because my other Halloween shirts are dirty, I haven't washed them yet. But we're just being a little pumpkin heads.
I thought you were being little punks. So I was really confused.
I don't know how us talking about urban legends is us being punks, but okay.
Bunch of punks.
But one thing that I want to say is I'm already having trouble talking today because when I went to go pick her up, I don't even remember how I said it. I was talking about my cat because he goes over to the neighbor's house and they have an indoor cat, and they look in, like, my cat will go over to their porch and look in the window at this other cat, and I was like, can you not do that, dude? Like, obviously he's a cat, so he's not gonna listen to me. But then I was explaining to Carly the situation, and what did I even...
She's like, she was just telling the story going on, and then she's like, he likes to go over there looking in the window or something.
Window.
Like, all her words like mashed into one freaking word.
And then the other day she tried to text me asking if we were gonna FaceTime. She ended up saying, are we going to fever immigrants?
And then I was like, well, I meant to say, are we gonna FaceTime? And then she's like, I would like to FaceTime, but I would not like to.
Oh my god.
Forgot to put my phone on silent.
I love how it says dad spam.
Cause that's, my phone kept saying his number was a spam call, and so when I saved it as dad, it put his last name as spam, and I was like, alright.
But that scared me. My phone's been on silent for like the last 3 years, so if it makes noise, it makes me angry. My point to these two stories is that the Patreon episode that is going to go up as soon as this gets posted is going to be wild because neither of us can read today. I showed her the notebook, and I always like let her read over her parts first, and she likes to see if there's big words, and she got stuck on the first sentence. We're gonna see how it goes, and if you want to see the Patreon episode of us messing up our words and being illiterate and giggling about it, and you might even hear a bonus story or two, head on over to Patreon and check it out, my mammals. What's up, my mammals?
If you're trying out a slogan, that's not the one.
And without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. It is about South Dakota urban legends.
South Dakota.
Oh no. I'm grabbing my emotional support necklace.
Going to South Dakota.
This was Carly's pick. And as I was looking up urban legends, it was wild.
And she was like, did you do this on purpose? I was like, I just figured there's like a lot of Native Americans in South Dakota, and they have a lot of like stories themselves, and so I figured that the urban legends coming out of South Dakota probably had to be pretty cool.
And they are, but they're also very graphic, so here's your warning that this talks about a lot of very graphic things such as suicide and being murdered, and suicide and being murdered and stuff like that. So if you're sensitive to that, I would highly recommend you to go watch a different video because I'm posting every day this month.
And this is our first video that we're actually filming in October.
Yeah!
Let's go!
Everything else has been filmed from July until now. I keep saying without further ado, just watch the damn video if you're still here, okay? Okay, the first urban legend is the legend of Walking Sam. In the Black Hills of South Dakota is the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. On the land lies the legend of Walking Sam. He is a 7-foot-tall shadow man. He has eyes, but no mouth. Sometimes he is seen wearing a hat. He has been given the nicknames Stovepipe Hat Bigfoot or the Tall Man. It is said that Walking Sam roams the land talking to teenagers, telling them to kill themselves. He tells the teens that they are worthless. When he raises his gangly arms, you can see his previous victims hanging there. Between December 2014 and March 2015, over 100 teenagers tried to take their own lives, with 9 succeeding. Mass suicides started to be planned by the teens, with nooses being left in the woods. They all say they have encountered Walking Sam. The land has a very dark, rooted history. On December 29, 1890, during the Wounded Knee Massacre, around 300 members of the Oglala Lakota tribe were killed by the U.S. Cavalry. Today, tribe members believe the land is cursed and the spirits of the deceased are still there. Some believe Walking Sam is the manifestation of those members. Others believe he is a dark entity that was punished and must wander alone. Children in the Oglala Lakota tribe are warned by their elders about the suicide spirits. They will whistle to you when they are near. If you decide to follow the whistling, they will gain the power to hypnotize, paralyze, or even drive you insane. If you ever do encounter Walking Sam, you will start to hear voices. The voices are always there, telling you to end it all. And it's also said that Walking Sam is actually part of the Slender Man legend, because can we not slam things in this household? But because of his description of how he looks, people also say that he is like Slender Man, but I don't think he's Slender Man. Do you think he's Slender Man? I hope he's not Slender Man. I want Slender Man to be here. At night, I have sheer curtains and I like to look out thinking the Slender Man's gonna be standing there watching me. It makes me happy.
And then you'd shat yourself.
I would call you and be like, help. What'd you think about that?
It's pretty creepy.
I think it's really sad. The that tribe actually has, they fell into a lot of financial troubles, and because of that, alcoholism in the tribe skyrocketed. So it started causing a lot of fighting, depression, suicide. They have a Facebook page now dedicated to like saving the members there. This is still an ongoing thing too. Like people are, not people, but teens are still committing suicide there, just because a lot of people just say that they're delusional and that they're getting in their head, but you know, who knows? That's really scary. I don't want to go there.
I've been to South Dakota a lot.
Did you see him? I feel like that's something you would have told me.
I probably would have mentioned it at some point during the
11 years that we've existed in each other's worlds.
Okay, this one is called the Gitche Manitou. In 1973, in November, 5 teens from Sioux Falls went camping in Gitche Manitou. Gitche Manitou is a nature preserve southeast of Sioux Falls. It is home to Native American burial mounds, and most believe the land is very haunted. That night, the group was sitting by a campfire smoking weed when they heard a gunshot go off. 17-year-old Roger Essam was instantly killed by brothers Alan, David, and James Fryer, who ran up to the group pretending to be the cops. They separated the 3 boys from 13-year-old Sandra Chesky, the only girl, and they put her in the back of a truck. The Fryer brothers lined up 15-year-old Stuart Bade, 14-year-old Dana Bade, and friend 15-year-old Michael Hadrith and executed them. Sandra was sexually assaulted by James Fryer but kept alive. Later, she was able to identify the attackers and went to trial against them. They were sentenced to life in prison, and many believe the negative energy from the crime still haunt the area.
That is so sad.
Yeah.
Like, what just goes through someone's mind? You've gotta be It's noon here. Don't know what would go through someone's mind to, like, want to do that. Like, the spooky part of me is, like, they were possessed by evil entities on the land. But the rational side of me says they were just being
That's just really
morbid.
Yeah.
I think we should move on.
I was trying to think of something to add.
The next legend is called the Legends of Sika Hollow. Located 15 miles northwest of Sisseton in the northeastern corner of South Dakota sits the Sika Hollow State Park. As beautiful as it is said to be a very haunted location. The Dakota Sioux Native Americans hunted in the forest that is now known as the Sika Hollow State Park. They quickly realized the area was haunted. The word Sika means evil, which was to be a way to warn others to not set foot in the woods or bad would come. There is a path they call the Trail of Spirits. Along the trail are bubbling red bogs, which the Indians believed was the flesh and blood of their ancestors. Today it's said to be caused by the high content of iron and minerals in the water. In the 1970s, there were many mysterious disappearances, along with strange sightings of a half-man, half-beast that resembles Bigfoot in the woods. Could it be they are trying to warn visitors about the evil woods? Others say they hear voices crying and tribal chanting. That would scare the hell out of me. Like, there's one thing. If the Native Americans said it's true, it's fucking true. Like, those are the one people, they could tell me anything and I would believe it straight up. Like, skinwalkers, real. This stuff, probably real. I don't give a damn what no scientist says what's in the damn water. If they believe that it's the flesh of their ancestors, it's the fucking flesh and blood of their ancestors, and I'm staying the hell away. That is Abby's rant. I don't play with no American
I don't play with Americans. Fucking Americans. My dad knows a lot about, like, Native American legends, because he is, I don't know what percentage Native American. I didn't get none of that.
I think I'm like 1/7 or 8th or 9th, I don't know. My mom, you can tell when you look at her that my great grandma, which was her grandma, lived on a Cherokee Indian tribe. And I went and met her at her like 101,000,000th birthday. I don't even remember. She was like 100 something. Had like a massive birthday. And that was the only time I met her, but like you could tell that she was.
You can tell that my dad is Native American, and then his grandma, I believe, was Native American. I don't know.
We also live in an area where, you know, way back then there were many, many, many Indian reservations, and I think there's still some in the state.
I know there's a place like not too far outside of town that does like powwows and stuff.
Yeah. Isn't there one place like out that way towards like Canton that has like a sacred burial ground? I think there is.
But I didn't get any Native American. My dad goes out in the sun and he just turns dark, dark, dark. I burn. I don't tan at all. I've had people go, "Are you Native American? You look Native American." I'm like, I am, but I don't look. I don't know where you're getting that from. I'm Italian.
My dad is Irish, very, very Irish. Like you can tell with my very fair complexion and blue eyes and everything like that. But my mom, she's pretty dark. But like
she's pretty dope.
Teresa's the dopest motherfucker out here, yo. If she ever watches this video.
My mom is very Scottish. Like my mom is pale, bright red hair.
I love how we just went into like a family history.
This is my family tree. I better get an A+ on it.
This very quickly went from creepy urban legends to so my family's from here and this is why I do this.
And then my family. It's a bunch of whack jobs, but it's okay.
That's why we get along so well. Birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Were you in that class in high school that we had to watch the birds in?
Yep. Alfred
What
Hitchcock.
class was that?
That was Miss Frainer's English 1.
It was English 1?
Yep.
I took that twice. The next one is called the Little Devils of Spirit Mound. Spirit Mound is a state park located near Vermilion, South Dakota. For a long time, the Native Americans have been terrified of the land. They don't dare to go near, saying there are little devils who guard the mounds, and they will attack anybody who tries to climb them. Around the mid-18th century, allegedly hundreds of Native Americans tried to get rid of the little devils, but they ended up slaughtered. Now they avoid the area completely. The legend was first documented in 1804. That's crazy.
I believe it. I ain't going to no mounds. I ain't trying to climb nothing.
I don't think I would go anywhere where there was like Indian reservations and try to climb a mound anyway. I would probably mind my business.
Yeah. The next one is Spook Road. Outside of Brandon, South Dakota lays an eerie stretch of road that locals call Spook Road. On this road are winding tunnels and bridges with trees lining either side. If you drive one way down the road, you will encounter 5 bridges. If you go back the other way, one disappears and you only cross 4. At night, people claim to see suicide victims still hanging from the bridges and trees with their eyes watching you as you cross. Some claim to have apparitions appear in front of you on the road, then disappear without a trace. That's really creepy. I would not like to see that at all.
I don't like bridges.
Yeah, same. I don't know if they mean like, I don't think they mean like over water. I don't like driving at night. I think it's creepy. I don't
Like that time we were on.
That was a train wreck of a situation.
The next one is called Jesse James and the Devil's Gulch. This is one of the most famous urban legends in South Dakota, in the town of Garretson. In 1876, the infamous outlaw Jesse James escaped being captured by leaping over the Devil's Gulch on horseback. The Devil's Gulch is a ravine that runs 60 feet deep and 20 feet wide. This isn't likely possible, but locals will swear that it happened.
I don't believe it happened.
I don't know if a horse can jump 20 feet, but...
Yeah, I looked up a picture of it, and there's no freaking way. No freaking way.
I'm looking up how far a horse can jump. There's no way it's 20 feet.
And then look up the Devil's Gulch. Look up a picture of it. Whoa.
They can jump 28 feet.
Look up Devil's Gulch now. That was also in, what, 1975? And this was in 1876.
Well,
so
horses were probably, like, better back then.
Like, do you think a horse could jump that?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
Because this is like an old picture. I don't know.
So I think we'll give that one a maybe after doing some Googling. But I hope you liked this urban legend video. There is one more urban legend video that is coming this month, and it is my pick. So stay tuned whenever it goes up, because I don't know when it's going up. I don't even know when this is going up. It will probably be the 2nd week of October. So if you're seeing this, I hope you're shoving pumpkins up your ass and having fun.